So we're going to work on something called two-point perspective. We've seen one-point perspective, and as you would expect, we're going to work on two-point, which would involve two vanishing points, one on one side of the paper and one directly horizontally across somewhere on the other side of the paper, like so. Now, we're going to try to draw this shape. Before we draw the details of this shape, what we really are going to concern ourselves with is the overall dimensions of this. For example, this is 3 across. The total height would be 3. The highest it is 3 tall. 1, 2, 3. I know it only goes to 2 here, but the maximum height it has is 3. And the farthest back it goes is 2. And by the way, this is an oblique sketch of this object. So once again, it's got 3 across, a total height of 3, and it goes back 2. So we're going to make a box that is 3 by 3 by 2. And with two-point perspective, the grid lines on our paper really aren't going to be that much of a help. In fact, they're probably going to confuse things considerably. And if there are times if you'd like to work on just a plain sheet of paper, that might not be a bad idea. But for now, we'll deal with it. For two-point perspective, we're going to start, we always start with an edge. We pick a corner. We'll do this corner right here. So this corner right here is a vertical line that is 3 blocks tall. It would represent from here, 1, 2, and then this third one, which doesn't exist on the actual shape, but we're not worried about that right now. So, like we have been, let's make every one of these blocks 2 squares on our paper. So if I go from here, and I go up 1, 2, 3. I should probably use a ruler for that, but I'll go with that for now. And then I'm going to go back from this point and this point. I'm going to go back to the vanishing point on both sides. So for example, I'll draw a light line here, and I'll draw a light line to this side. And then I'll do the same for this point. So I have the 3 up. Now what about the 3 back, the 3 to this side and the 2 to this one? So we're going to go 2 blocks this way, and we're going to create 3 blocks that way. All right, so let's go, we can call the first one about 2 squares, that's fine. And then we'll go, the next one will be less. Try to be consistent though. So now I've moved a block and a half, I'll move a block and a half here. Now we'll go a little around another block. Well, we don't have to go any more here, because this is only going 2. So I have 1, 2. This is going 1, 2, 3, so I'll put it right in here. I'm going to clean those up with a ruler, now that I've decided where I want to put them. And now I'm going to take these 2 spots right here back to this vanishing point on the left. And I'm going to take these 3 spots, here, here, and here, and take them to the vanishing point on the right. And you'll notice that as soon as I'm done that, I would have gridded out and marked out the top of the box that we see here. And just like that, I have the top of this imaginary box here gridded out. And to grid out the sides, all that's left is to take each of these intermediate points back to back to the two vanishing points. So for example, here and here, and then the same thing over here. And now I've gridded out this box. I've completely gridded it out just like you see here. Except in 2-point perspective. And then just like previous ones, we ask ourselves, all right, so if we're looking at it like that, what, for example, which of these squares is touching this side of our overall box? Well, it's all 6 of these plus this one right here. So it is this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one up the top in the middle. And so I make the outline of that dark. In a perfect world, I would use a ruler. What I might do in this case to emphasize that, I might erase some of the things in here a little bit, just to make it clear what we're looking at there. And in fact, this could be lightened up as well. Now, what about this side? What's touching that side? Well, it's going to be these 4 right here, down at the bottom. This one, this one, this one, and this one. So I'm going to darken those, or the outline of those, I should say. And maybe lighten up the things in the middle a little bit. And then the top is being touched by just these 2, here and here. So it's going to be these 2 middles. And at this point, I just have to draw a few lines back, maybe one vertical line, and I'm good to go. So I think at this point, this line right here is what we need. So it's going to start at this point right here, which is right here on our drawing, and it's going to head to that vanishing point, right back there. And I'll draw it, and I'm not going to worry right now where it stops. It just goes right along here. Now, where does it stop? Well, I'm going to take this back corner towards the other vanishing point on the left, because that is where it's, this one and that one, where they meet is the back of the shape. So I'm going to take this one and go back to the vanishing point over here. And wherever they meet, right there, is how long each of them is. So I go there and there. And then I should be able to draw just a vertical line down. That should meet right about where they do. A little bit of an estimate, but we're in good shape. And then there's really just one more line left. That's this corner here. We have to take it back to this vanishing point. And once we do that, we're ready to shade, I believe. That's just going to go to here. Now we can get rid of some of this other stuff if we want, but I wouldn't get rid of too much of it because we want to like to be able to see how we did it a little bit. And when I'm looking at it to grade it, I want to see how it went down. So we can leave it like this. I'm going to make anything pointing over here to the right, I'm going to make that dark. And that would include this side right here, this little piece right here. And then we'll make this more of a medium shade. A little less pressure. And before you know it, you're done.